There I was, 8 years old, in a courtroom, sitting on the stand, on the witness stand, being asked to do one of the most difficult things in my life. The lawyer walked over to me and said, "Baby girl, point to the person who did these things to you." Oh my gosh, pitter patter, pitter patter. My heart dropped into my stomach and I was just so speechless. You know, I was helpless then, I was vulnerable. Fast forward, I was still about 8 years old, attending 52nd Street School on the west side of Los Angeles. Shout out to all my west side people. Yeah, and I had a friend named Bertha. And Bertha came over to me and she looked very distraught. She started telling me about some guy who was touching her inappropriately and she wanted it to stop. She said she was sick and tired of it. And she was telling everybody about it, but nobody did anything and it didn't stop. He was messing with her around the bungalow area. Now, you guys know what happens in the bungalow area. There's not a lot of eyes usually over there. What Bertha was telling me, she didn't necessarily tell me to go over and do something about it, but I could hear what she wasn't saying. And because I knew how she felt, I decided to go over and see what was the issue, what was going on with this guy. Oh, you want to know how it ended? Well, let's just say that Bertha didn't have to worry about him any longer. Bertha, not too soon later, had her bounce back, and Bertha was smiling again. Bertha had rediscovered her power. And you know, fast forward 30 plus years, I don't handle business like that any longer. I'm a trained professional, trained to work with people with multiple personalities from different walks of life, from the professional CEO to the savvy homemaker, and even to the K-12 population and our young and older population of entrepreneurs. Yeah, you see, I can hear things that are not saying, and people trust me, and I don't take that lightly. A lot of times I have conversations with people and it starts off with, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," or "I don't know why I just feel the need to say this to you." And guess what? I think that is a gift that I have, and I know that trust is earned and it's not just given. So I respect that. I love people, and I love to see people win. And what I do is help people to get their bounce back faster and more effectively, to regain their passion for life, and to redo whatever it is they need to do to reset in order to live their best life yet. Yes, that is what I do. I connect with people on a heart-to-heart level because I love to see people win, and I love people in general. So yes, that is who I am, and that is what makes me great. Bam, bam, bam. There was a knock on the door. My mom went over to look out the window and she turned back and gave me the look. I know what look that is, and I knew who it was at the door. And no, I was not ready to see him, and no, I did not want to talk to him. You see, I was 22 years old back at my mom's house because I had left him. I had left many times before, and this time I just felt like this was going to be the final and last time. I had made a mistake and I needed to own up to it, and I needed to do what was best, not just for me, but for my newborn daughter. So you wonder how I got myself into this. Well, it's spring break. I'm with my mom on the east side in Los Angeles and relaxing and chilling. And guess what? I hear some noise coming from the porch area. So I go over to the screen and I peer out, and guess what I see? Tall, dark, and you got it, handsome. Ooh wee, ooh wee. So from that point, this guy is a family guy. He is always around. He's a good guy, so I thought. And he's a guy that's always buying everybody everything, you know? And so one thing led to another. He asked me out, and I said yes. And guess what? From there, I moved back home from college, because I fell in love. And not too soon later, that's right, the baby in the carriage. I had my first baby, my first newborn baby girl. It wasn't his first child, but it was mine. And things were going so great until they weren't. You know, it got real serious. I found myself mentally distraught. It was one day I was sitting down on the couch, and I had my baby girl in my hands. And I'd look down and I just couldn't recognize my life. I didn't know where I was at. I was off trajectory. Everything was just in shambles. And I was asking myself, oh my gosh, how did I get here? And the better question I was asking myself is how I was going to get not just me out of it, but my newborn baby girl, because she deserved better. You know, I had made a mistake and I had to own up to it. And I understood that part. So I go over to the phone. I pick up the phone to call my mother. So ring, ring, Mama. Yes, baby. I said, Mama, I just can't do this no more, Mama. I got to get out of here, Mama. And she, on the other end of the phone, I heard a, I understand. All right, baby, come on home. Hung up the phone. You don't have to tell me a second time. I packed my stuff, packed my baby stuff, and we were up out of there. And now he's back. Knocking on the door, thinking we're going to do this role play once again, thinking that we're going to go through this cycle, this vicious cycle once again. No, 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 no. See, I've owned up to my mistake. I know this is a mistake, not my baby, but the relationship. And guess what? When you know better, you got to do better. And as he was knocking on the door, and I wasn't going to talk to him or see him, guess what? The song from Michael Bolton, his chorus line was playing in my head. You got to know when love is over. You got to learn to carry on. And when the world is on your shoulder, you do your best to zone on out. Whatever else I'm going to add to the end of that. You know, because guess what? When you get to that end of that lonely road, you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I decided to do. Own up, fess up, do better because I knew better. There I was, standing over the hospital bed, looking down at my 23-year-old baby girl as she lay in a coma, hooked up to all types of machines that were keeping her alive. We could have never imagined anything like this taking place. Not to her, not to us, not to our family, but it did. And it taught me one of the hugest life lessons that I would ever learn, is that no one is exempt from life storms. Fast forward 2 years before that, and I lost my best friend. She went into the emergency room, but she didn't make it out. And if I fast forward 2 years before that, my sister, my dearest sister, was diagnosed with breast cancer, and unfortunately, she lost the battle. And not too long before that, it was a hard hit. My grandmother, yes, the one who raised me, my angel. She fell ill, was taken to the hospital, but because the fragility of her condition, she didn't make it out. You know, life storms, no one's exempt. And what we need to learn about no one being exempt is that what are you going to do when you're hit hard, when life hits you hard, and it just takes the breath out of you? How do you stand through the storm? Well, I learned that you have to learn how to become whoever you need to become, because sometimes you only get one shot. There are no do-overs. You only get one chance to show up and be who you need to be to those that are most dear to you. See, you need to learn how to become the MVP. Yes, take the shot, make it count, and you will not have any regrets. Because life storms, no one's exempt. And there's a proverb that says you're either going into a storm, coming out of a storm, or about to go into a storm. You know, some advice I would give to my 21-year-old self, 3 principles. It would be to keep going, don't quit. You're worth it, don't settle. And trust your gut, because it's usually right. You see, once upon a time, I didn't follow these principles of success when I was around 21. But now I look back and I can see how much of a mess I was in because I didn't. Here I was, standing in the middle of the street in downtown Los Angeles, outside of the bank. The sirens are getting closer and closer, and I don't know what I'm doing. But I made up a choice. I made up a decision that I wasn't going to run. I was going to stand there, and I was going to face the music because I knew what I was doing was wrong. One of the girls I was with yelled to me. She's, "Hey, run, run, what are you doing, run?" And I turned and looked back towards her, put my hand on my hip, and I said, I'm not going anywhere. What did she want me to leave for? I mean, the people still had my ID. I didn't want anybody tracking me and hunting me down. No, I was going to face up to what I did and face the music because it was just what I needed to do at that time. And you know, looking back on my 21-year-old self, I could see that she was trying to fit in. The reason she got herself in that predicament is because of peer pressure and her wanting to just fit in with others. She wasn't really thinking about her. She was thinking about them or us. So as you can see, she didn't trust her gut because she knew it was wrong. She still went through with it. And as you can see, she didn't have value or worth for herself because she settled. And not today, no longer today is that the case. And a lot of times when I make mistakes, I understand I needed to own up to it. But I had a mantra that I would say. And I would say this mantra because it would help uplift my spirit, because making mistakes is just a fact of life. And I would say this: I may not get it right all the time, but I will keep on trying. I was made for a special purpose, and I will complete my destiny. Every day, I choose to get myself together because I know out in the world I will be something greater. I am a force for good. I am an agent of change. No matter what happens in my life, though life may be hard, I will continue to push on. I may fail, but what I will never do is quit. I will never give up. I'll get myself together. I will become something greater. I'll get myself together. I will become someone stronger. I'll get myself together. I will become someone fiercer. You know, one of the most hardest things for people to do is to rebound after life's adversities. You know, many people have questions about, when I'm going through a hardship, when I'm going through the storm, how can I tap back in faster? How can I rebound faster to get on with my life? And see, not every hit that we take in life, they're all at different levels of life. They come at us from different angles, and they can affect us differently based on what type of hit we had to take. So today, many people are wondering the same thing too. How can I get myself back on track to live my life, even if it's with a new normal? So that is what I help people to do. I help people to rediscover their passion for life, and I help people to rebound and reset their lives if they need to, so they can bounce back faster and more effectively to win. And within the next 5 years, I am hoping to be able to open up rebound and reset houses internationally so that trained facilitators can go out and help other people nationwide, internationally, to be able to do just this using the rebound and reset framework. You see, this framework is a part of my testament, a testament to being able to help people that find themselves down and out, help people to find themselves going through a divorce, going through a loneliness even, going through being confused, anxiety, depression, losing a loved one, out of nowhere, a shattered relationship. Yeah, these are the things that none of us are exempt from. Remember, life storms come at us all, and none of us are exempt from life storms. So yes, I have a doulaship. And what that means is I'm able to help people not just through being a coach, but also a consultant, and if need be, an advocate, to help them to be able to bounce back and to actually step up, to be near their side, to guide and direct them, using the framework and using my expertise. And people, I am so grateful that those that I've been able to serve and impact, that they are doing well. They have been able to rebound and reset their life to rise to greater heights. And that is what makes me happy, because I love to see my people win. And to me, that's a win-win situation. People hire our company because they're going through problems. They're facing life's challenges and setbacks that happen, like being divorced, losing their jobs. You know what I'm saying? You're losing a friendship. That's really hard, losing a child. My goodness. There's so many reasons that people need the support and the help that we offer. And we're so grateful to be able to provide that to people. They trust us. They can depend on us, and they know that we will be there, and we go above and beyond to help them rebound faster and more effectively to get their lives back on track. Let me tell you about a story of Tasha. Tasha was a mother, and Tasha was also in school. Tasha came home, and her significant other was gone. Tasha was distraught. She didn't understand what was going on. And that job that she had, she was up for a job promotion. And the schooling that she was doing, that was dependent upon her getting the job promotion. When we talked to Tasha, she was just thinking about quitting school. She didn't know which way she should turn. And she just said it like everything was over, and emotionally she was struggling. But guess what? Tasha was able to turn her situation around. After working with us, Tasha was able to remain in school, get the job promotion that she was looking for, and also find adequate child care for her children. And that is a story of success of helping her to win. Let me tell you about Pam. Pam had a sudden loss of her significant other. And Pam was so distraught. She went into this state of depression from losing someone that she loved so dearly. And she also went into survival mode, she said. And she just wanted to give up. And we talked to Pam, and we helped her through the rebound and reset framework, and helped her with her mindset of reframing the way she was thinking. And Pam bounced back a little bit quicker than she thought she would be able to. And we were so excited to see her win. And she was able to reconnect and tap back in with her children, which was one of the things that she had missed doing because of survival mode. So let me tell you, it is possible to rebound and reset your life to win. And third, let me tell you about Charles. Charles was just confused, and he just needed a little bit of help to get back on track. He was a new father. He got full custody, of his son. And he wanted to make sure he was doing the best job that he could possibly do. And he came to us. We helped him through the rebound and reset framework, helped him with mentorship, and he was able to get his life back on track, come up with his blueprint. Yes. And now he felt like a strong father, that he could be there for his son in the capacity that he wished to be there for his son. You see, some of these things are dire situations, and other situations you think that are simple. And sometimes you just need someone to hold your hand while you're going through. And that's exactly what my company helps you to be able to do. We believe in you. People trust us. We connect on a heart-to-heart basis with people, and we love to see our clients win. You see, I know for sure, just like they started from the bottom, I also started from the bottom, and I ended up rising to the top. And despite all odds, still, I've been able to rise from the ashes to greater heights. And I'm telling you, so can you. Oh my goodness. Going through this experience with Mo, the making of an entrepreneur, has been so life-changing for me. And I'll tell you why. My first reason is because of Shay Brown. He gives his all in all, his energy, his professionalism, and his time to make sure that he takes care of his clients, and to make sure that you're prepared, that you're ready, and he makes you feel very comfortable in doing what it is that you come here in the studio to do. Secondly, is because it made me really think about what I was offering and what I represented as a person, and what my mission is in life, which is really so important. Do you know what your mission is in life? Because this solidified it. This actually helped me to just really put a stamp on it, that I am a rebound and reset doula. And Shay Brown actually helped me to make sure that the stories that I was telling were enriched stories that were from the heart. He wanted it to come from a heart-to-heart place. And I really appreciate his authenticity. Yes, his brilliance, and him tapping into something that he originally wasn't going to tap into, to do this for helping people like me. So guess what? Making of an entrepreneur, whoop, whoop! Thank you very much.